You ask ChatGPT to build you a dashboard. It spits out perfect code in seconds. You deploy it, and your app crashes in production, leaks user data, and costs your company $50,000. This is happening right now, and the developers who understand why, they're about to become untouchable. I've spent months testing every AI coding tool out there, and I discovered something wild. While everyone's panicking about AI replacing developers, there are 5 skills that will make you irreplaceable. And honestly, most developers have no idea these are the only things that actually matter. Now, let's break it down. Skill number 1, system design and architecture. AI can write functions all day, but it can't design systems. Should you use microservices or a monolith for this project? When do you pick Redis over PostgreSQL? How do you design for 10x scale without over-engineering? You ask the AI, and it gives you textbook answers. Generic, safe, and boring. But you know the context, the constraints, the business goals, the actual reality of what you're building. That's the difference between a code monkey and an architect. And architects don't get replaced. But designing systems is only half the battle, because even the best architecture means nothing if users hate using it. Which is why skill number 2, product thinking and UX. AI doesn't understand what humans actually want. Should this be a modal or navigate to a new page? Seems simple, right? Wrong. It depends on the user flow, business context, where they came from, what they're trying to accomplish, whether they need to reference something from the previous screen. AI can't answer that. It doesn't have empathy. It doesn't understand the psychology of why users click things. You're the translator between what stakeholders want and what users need. That's not code, that's strategy. And strategy, that's where the real money is. Now, you can have the best design in the world, but if your app takes 10 seconds to load, none of it matters. So let's talk about skill number 3, performance and debugging. Your app is slow. Why? Is it the database? N+1 queries? Front-end rendering? Memory leaks? Network waterfall? Bundle size? You ask the AI, and it throws generic solutions at you. Try caching. Optimize your queries. Cool. Which queries? Where? How? You need to understand how browsers actually render, how JavaScript engines work, how databases execute queries, and how networks behave under load. That deep understanding, that's your superpower. AI reads documentation. You understand systems. And speaking of things AI misses, performance issues are bad, but security vulnerabilities, those can destroy entire companies. That's where the next skill becomes critical. Skill number 4, security and code review. Here's something terrifying. AI-generated code is full of security holes, SQL injection, exposed API keys, authorization bypasses, sensitive data leaking in responses, CORS misconfiguration. AI doesn't think about attack vectors. It doesn't understand your threat model. It just generates code that works. But working and secure, 2 completely different things. Companies are desperate for developers who can review code and catch what AI misses, because one security breach can cause millions in damage. Master this, and you're not getting replaced, ever. Now, these first 4 skills are powerful when you're building new projects, but here's the reality most people ignore. You're probably not building greenfield apps. You're working with code that's been around longer than some interns have been alive, which brings us to the final skill.
Skill number 5, legacy systems and integration. Real companies don't have perfect AI-friendly code bases. You're working with a 10-year-old internal API, 0 documentation, undocumented behavior, edge cases everywhere, technical debt piled to the ceiling. Or you need to integrate with a third-party API that does weird things. Sometimes it returns strings, sometimes numbers, sometimes both in the same field, because why not? AI's training data doesn't cover your company's mess. It doesn't know about Bob from accounting, who wrote this payment integration in 2015 and then quit. But you can navigate chaos. You can reverse engineer undocumented systems. You can make things work when works in theory meets breaks in production. That skill? Absolutely priceless. Alright, so you know the 5 skills, but knowing and doing are 2 different things. So here's exactly how to actually develop these. Here's your game plan. First, stop learning syntax. Start learning systems. Nobody cares if you memorized array methods. They care if you can design a system that scales. Second, build real projects with constraints, not another to-do app. Build something that requires architectural decisions, something with scale, something messy.
Third, study system design interviews. Even if you're not interviewing, these teach you how senior engineers think. Watch them, analyze them, internalize the patterns. Fourth, practice code review. Look at open source projects, find security issues, identify performance problems. Train your eye to see what AI can't. Now, mastering these 5 skills is crucial, but here's the thing. Even if you nail all of this, there are still fundamental mistakes that will sabotage your progress. I actually just covered the 10 biggest mistakes programmers make in my last video. Just click it, and I'll see you there.